Thank you. My name is Lindsay. I work for American Eagle Home Inspection. If you haven't heard of us already, we're a one-stop shop. So when you book with us, you can book radon inspection, air, water, sewer, or septic. We do mold now. And there might be one more extra. You just book with us online. There's 4 of us. We cover a pretty broad area. I've driven out to 2 hours away. So if you have something past Asheville, we'll probably do it. And since there's 4, you can book it pretty quickly. And our reports are back to you in about 24 to 48 hours. So that's about it. Unless you have any questions.
Do you like a price list or average price?
It'll be online. You can check that out. Yeah, it just depends on the house and if there's a trip fee involved. Little factors to that, but yeah, check us out online. And do you guys have any questions at all? Good.
So just a little plug, since I noticed it's all women in a prosperity class today.
Yeah.
I want to be sure to support our woman. Lindsay, what was interesting is I actually had someone specifically ask me last week for a female home inspection, and I was able to get on the phone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's awesome.
No. You know I'm making a big old lie on Facebook. I lost my line, but it was there and now it's gone.
Oh, it was here?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says tap start and date time. Shoot. Okay, so you did schedule it. Yeah, tap the calendar next to go live.
Yeah. It was there, I saw it, and then it's gone.
My thing.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, so I move around a lot, so you're just going to be ping-ponging with me. Those of you that are on Zoom, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're just not going to see me. So we're Zooming this, we're FaceTiming this. And thank you all for being here. I'm really glad that you took time out of your busy day to show up. My name is Mary Love. I have been in real estate for 30 years now. I have 4 businesses dealing around real estate. I have Love Green Real Estate Consulting Firm. I have a property management company called Town Mountain Properties. Have a coaching company called Mary Love Consulting. And then we have a rehab company called Stat Rehab. So needless to say, I feel pretty prosperous with that. So I really am glad that you showed up for a prosperity class. Today, what we're going to do is we're just going to outline what we're going to go over on the online class, okay? So the online class is a self-paced. We've got the link in your emails to you. Those are on Facebook. There are links to it on that. If you, for some reason, can't log in, let me know, and I'll give you the link again. But it's self-paced for 4 weeks, and every Wednesday in August at 12 o'clock, we're going to do a Zoom and a Facebook Live feed to go over like, hey, how did your first week go? Did you see anything? We're going to do some celebrations and some insights, okay? Yeah, I'll give you the calendar dates because there's one date in August that I'm not going to do it because I'm going to be at the beach. So, yeah, Prosperity Beach there, yeah. So how many of you have taken a prosperity class before? Oh, virgins, awesome. Awesome. I started my first prosperity class probably when I was trying to think about, I was 28, 29 years old. And they were sort of around that whole idea of the prosperity classes back then were more like mindset business, and this will make you prosperous. Okay, so how many of you have taken that type of classes? Like you do this and it's going to make money for you, right? Those type of classes. Well, I have been taking some sort of prosperity class for over 30 years. Every year I do one. My mentor was Dr. Barbara Waterhouse, and she taught prosperity classes, and I always took advantage of those. She made her transition this year, and one of my give backs to the universe is to share with you all what she shared so freely and easily with me. Because here's the thing, those of you that know me know that I am sustainability. I am. All right. And because of that, what I have learned, two things is one, we can't do it alone. We have to do it together. All right. And the way that I have become so prosperous over the years is learning to work with people and doing projects together. All right. And the other thing that I've learned over all those years is it takes a lot of time to get this stuff to sink in my head. You know, the first time it didn't sink. Second time a bit clicked. You know, in a decade, I started getting it a little bit better. So it takes time. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the online. So you can always go back to it. You know, if you all really like this enough, I'll probably do a summer prosperity class every summer because there's a lot of different things that we can do, a lot of tools and techniques and all. One of the things that I was taught about prosperity is that when business gets slow or when I'm not feeling prosperous, it's time to give back. That's a universal law, give back. So that's what I'm doing today is giving back. And I believe in sustainability aspects. Somebody said, why are you offering a class on prosperity to a whole bunch of other realtors when you're all competing from the same job? And I'm like, no, there's more than enough for everyone. And we're all competing to improve ourselves. And we're only competing with ourselves, right? So, of course, we're going to do something that will improve our outlook. All right. So, prosperity. This is not called how to get rich right now. This is called prosperity. So, prosperity means something more than just money. All right? All right. So, when I talk about prosperity, there's different levels, different things that mean prosperity. It's your personal life, your social life. We're going to go over all of them, right? But I need a balanced life. You looking for a balanced life? Well, if you're eating, I'm sorry, but you got to put your food down because I want you to stand up. Okay. Now, stand on one foot. Anybody standing straight still? Almost. The yogi masters are. All right. Now sit down. How many of you, most of you sort of wobble a little bit? Lean a little bit one way, lean a little bit the other way. That's what a balanced life is that we are teetering a little bit this way, a little bit that way. That's how we maneuver life, right? I call it living in harmony rather than being in balance. And that is an important difference. So that's one of those little tags I hope will stick in your head. So a balanced life, a life living in harmony, means health. Okay, and the reason I say health, just think about this. If you have all the money in the world and you do not have good health, are you feeling very prosperous? No. Now flip that on the other side and think about when you're feeling good in your body. You know, you're out for your walk, you got your dog that's not pulling today, you're feeling really good. Do you feel rich? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So health is part of prosperity. Family. Family is part of prosperity, right? Now, family for me is extended chosen family, right? This is something that's sort of learned as a whole different class, but I have a birth family that is not part of my prosperity except for their dog. Yeah. So I have all these chosen families. I have chosen grandkids. I have chosen children who were, teenagers, and now they have kids. So family can be whatever you claim is family. It doesn't have to be your birth family. Relationships beyond family. To be prosperous, it is important to know how to interrelate with human beings. All right? I know somebody who is, from the outside looking in, is incredibly wealthy, but he has no idea how to relate to human beings. And he feels that disconnect. He wants to do it, but he doesn't do the work to do it, so he doesn't feel prosperous. And he'll say that to you. All this money that doesn't mean anything because nobody likes him. So relationships are part of prosperity. Personal growth, right? Especially in this business, some of the, as I look around, I know some of you, I know we've been in this business for a long time. And it's sort of easy to become stagnant. Really. So we have to push ourselves and have personal growth to feel prosperous. Spiritual growth of whatever that is that makes you a better person. Whatever that is that taps into feeling that you are connected with more than just yourself. Your career and business. Career and business, I put career and business there together because this is something sort of interesting. Some people say, I don't have a career, I just work a job. Right? But if you talk to them, they're working that job so they can go, it can fund whatever their big why is. Right? So that actually is their career. Right? Because they're happy with it because it's funding something else to them. Money is important. Money is important too. One of the things that all of these classes help me is to alleviate the fear of financial insecurity. Whenever I am stressed, 9 times out of 10, it can come back to the fear of financial insecurity. And once I get that out of my head and then I'm feeling prosperous again. And fun and recreation. If we don't have time for fun and recreation, we're not very prosperous people. We need some time for fun and recreation. I would say this is so interesting, and I really appreciate you women being here, because I would say as women, we probably put off fun and recreation for the benefit of the family or for the benefit of whatever else. So we tend to put that off. So we need to be sure that we have that fun and recreation. Okay, so how do we get there? Now, maybe you've heard this, maybe you don't, but we've got to get it. So there's something called law of attraction. I love the concept of law of attraction because I am so into quantum physics. Now, quantum physics is just mind-blowing. I'm an environmental scientist and a geek, so quantum physics sort of blows my mind because there's not an order to it, right? But when I put it into law of attraction, means what we put out is what we get. What we think is what we receive. What we feel is what we receive. We create our own reality by what we think and what we feel. Now that is a mind blower for most people, right? Because people say, well, I can't help what I think. Yes, you can. It's not your first thought, it's your chronic thoughts. I like the word chronic because it means over and over, habitual thoughts, right? So it's those underlying subconscious thoughts and fears that you may think on a regular basis that create your reality. And we're going to talk in the online class of some tools that you can have to change that. Because positive thinking leads to positive action, leads to attracting positive things. Now, if you don't believe that the law of attraction works? I'll give you a little example that you can go play. All right, this is a good one. So, set intention that you're going to get the best parking lot parking space in the parking lot wherever you go. Set that intention and see how much closer over time with that intention you get to the front door. I always get the front door. Yeah. And if I don't, I'm like, give me count to 10. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it goes. All right. I mean, I love that practice. That is such a fun practice to do. So, what we think creates what we feel, which creates what we see, what we perceive in our reality. Now, this is a little challenging of a concept, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing the online, so you can spend some time thinking about it, right? But we really can train our mind. We can be in charge of our own thoughts. We are. I love that, we are the captain of our own ship. Now, the reason I like it is because if I'm in charge of everything, then I don't have to be a victim, and I don't have to blame. Because when I'm in that victim stage and that blaming stage, then what happens is life gets tough, it gets hard, and I start attracting people that want to make me a victim, people that, I can blame and all that. Don't want to spend time with, right? So I spend a lot of time training my mind and so I just want to give this out, and I talk about this in the book. Chelsea and Destiny had one of these. We do this at Love the Green. But this particular book is called the Law of Manifesting, I think. It's a law of attraction idea. But it gives you, if you don't know how to do this book is a great starter. It gives you these questions in the morning that you can think about, and these questions in the evening you think about. It gives you feelings. Oh my God, feelings. And what all the different feelings are. It helps you with goal setting. But I have a link in there that you can get to the link, and then I've got a code that you get 10% off if you do that. So that is this is an easy, I love this. It's a planner and a journal together. So it's a great combo to do. All right, so where is the little sticky thing? Trying to think. There it is. All right. Now, don't think of an elephant. How many of you thought of an elephant? Right? Okay. So the way we think is important. For whatever reason, our brain does not hear the word don't when we're thinking something. Our brain moves past that don't, and oh my goodness, can't you tell this works in a 5-year-old? Don't go up the steps. Up the steps they go before you know it, right? So we have to put our thoughts and our words in a more positive form. We're going to do more of that in your online class. Some ways to change your thinking. Affirmations. Who uses affirmations? Okay. I love affirmations. I believe affirmations should be simple. Some people can do really specific, pointed affirmations, and I think that's awesome. If that works for you. Mine are things like, I'm happy, joyous, and free. Life was $1 million life. Things like that. So, we'll talk more about affirmations in the class, but affirmations are very important. When I first started affirmations, I thought that was the stupidest thing on earth to do. I told my mentor, I said, but I'm lying. And she goes, well, you are about everything else in your life. Just do this. Okay?
There you go.
Gratitude. This is my number one that changes my life, is gratitude. This is my tool in my toolbox that I will pick out at any given time. I book in my day. Before my feet hit the floor, I say 10 things I'm grateful for. Before my feet ever hit the floor. If I don't do it, I will lay that down because that's my mantra, my system that I've set up. And then at night, 10 things that I'm grateful for. Usually those 10 things are the same, but sometimes they're not. Gratitude. I believe in the attitude of gratitude. You should find, look for the good, right? I'll give you a scenario. So, my little family that lives next to me, that's my chosen family, have decided that they're going to move. And I just absolutely, I'm saying Nashville, but it just broke my heart because, the kids walk up and down to my house. I walk by their house and they knock on the windows and blow me kisses. I'm not going to have all that, right? Oh, man. I was hurting. For a few days, I gave myself that feeling of a few days. I allowed myself to be mad a little bit, and then I thought, oh my God, I have had 5 years of being their mama. I've had 5 years of seeing them every single day. How blessed I am. And then the next is, thank God they're staying in that. Right? So do you see how you can take that situation and just move it into gratitude pretty quick? And move it into gratitude as fast or as slow as you can. Just know that's the direction you're going. Okay? Celebrate. We do not do this enough. Online courses on Wednesday, we are going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate our wins. Right? Celebrate. My grandson Wells, he and I celebrate everything. The fact that he makes it through a day of school is a celebration. We didn't get a call. All right, yeah. And he's happy about it too. Appreciation. Appreciation is a little bit different than gratitude. Appreciation goes farther than just gratitude. Appreciation, I do that when I think about eating something, okay? I'm like, oh, this meal is so good, so tasty. It smells so delicious. Oh, it tastes a hint of ginger. Oh, I'm so glad Deb cooked this meal for me. Thank God she can cook because I can't. Okay, I'm so grateful for that. I appreciate that. But you know what? Also, I planted those potatoes that we're eating today, and I appreciate that. And nature is abundant and provides all the time. All I had to do was put those potatoes slips in the ground, and then make sure the rabbits and the deer didn't get it. That's huge. Right? So appreciation. You see how that's a little more than just gratitude? Right? And we change our thinking is we do things better together. We do things better together. That's just plain and simple. One of the things, the beauty of being in real estate for a long time is when I have somebody that's on the other side of the transaction, I know who they are, it's Beth, I'm like, we got it now. It's gonna be smooth, it's gonna be easy. If we've got hiccups, I know that Beth and I can talk about it and we're gonna work those hiccups out. It's nice to be able to have those types of relationships. So I encourage you, before you actually walk out of the store, to make sure that you get everybody's contact so you can start forming those relationships now. All right, so can you get this? Thinking creates feelings. So let's just, this is a little bit of a tricky one to think about this. Can you have feelings without thinking about it? Okay? That dang home inspector ruined my deal. Yeah. She said this was wrong and that was it, and I'm mad. Why am I mad?
Feel sorry for yourself.
Because I feel sorry for myself, and because what am I thinking?
That you're mad.
I'm thinking blame, right? I'm thinking about what this other person did. Right? So that's a tricky one that I want you to play with. And this is on in there online, is I feel when I think. When I think, I feel, I want to think or feel. So I think and feel. So let's just put something in on this one. I use this one a lot. When I get frustrated about something, lots of times for me, I'm a processor, so it takes me a little while to figure out what's bothering me. And I'm like, I know something's bothering me, but I don't know what it is. You know, because 98% of the time, honestly, guys, I don't care. There's a lot of things I just don't care about. It doesn't matter to me. You know, so when it's in that 2% of the time, I really, really, really care. And it's bothering me. I need to know what's going on, right? So I feel sad when I think about the kids moving. Right? If I'm not thinking about the kids moving, I may not be sad. Right? When I think about Ada knocking on the door in the morning time, I feel happy. Right? I want to feel happy, so I'm going to think about the kids playing in their wading pool and they're all naked, even at 7, and I can't get his clothes on. Okay, so and then I feel sort of a humorous. I think it's a little humorous and sort of have fun, a funny feeling, and you know, I'm pleased, I'm content. You see how that works? This right here, this is online. This is your thing that you can use, your tool that you can use in every transaction. Think about that in your transactions. You've got something going on in your transaction. Now, I think, why did that lender say that they were going to get qualified and then in the last minute they can't? Right? I think that lender should have qualified. Should have. Right? Then how do I feel with that type of energy? Frustrated, a little angry, irritated. Right? How do I want to feel? I want to feel successful, pleased, confident. Right? So, thank God that lender called us today before our due diligence period was over. Right? That's the gratitude on how we think. Okay, you can change your feelings. Can you?
I can't help how I feel. That's just the way I am.
I want to smack them. Amy knows this. We had a conversation about saying somebody, I didn't want to get mad at you. And I was like, then don't. You know, then just don't. You're in charge of your feelings and your behavior. Don't. All right, so how do we change our feelings? Take a walk in nature. You've heard all the big thing that now is forest bathing. For me, forest bathing. When I hear forest bathing, how many of you think of walking through the woods naked? I mean, that's what I think of as forest bathing. I'm such a literal person. I was so glad to find out that's not what we're doing. You know. But walk in nature, there's so much science that talks about how walk in nature can immediately calm you down. It can take it changes, it actually creates dopamine, which will change your stress level to walk in nature. Exercise. I know some of you use exercise. I am not one of those persons. Now, I know some of you use exercise to feel better. Yeah, and that's great. Play with kids. I'm one of those persons. I play with the kids. But play with kids. Now, granted, being a mama is a lot easier than being a mama when you have the kids. But if you will just spend, when your kids say, hey, give me a minute, you know, you're so stressed, you know, oh, have a minute. Give them a minute. And just see how different you feel. Dance party.
Yes.
All right, dance party. Wells, I'll be tired. And Wells just knows this. My grandson, I'll be tired. And he goes, Mary, it looks like you need a dance party. And we'll turn on the radio and we'll just start dancing, radio on Spotify. But dancing is a great way. I mean, how many times have you been in the car and you're just like, hear this great song and you're just like going out on it, and you don't care what anybody, if they're looking at you, it doesn't matter. You're feeling good. A lot of energy around music. Music. A lot of energy around music. Music can make you feel really different. Music can increase your anxiety. I used to be a teacher, and there was a whole program on using music to teach children. And we use that all the time with the different types of music and what we wanted the kids to accomplish academically. And there was different types of music that would allow us to have more fun with the kids. Watch comedy. Norman Cousins did a study years ago about people who had cancer. He had a test group who did not watch any comedy, and he had another group who watched comedy. That comedy group, everyone in that test group that watched comedy improved. They improved. So watching comedy, we're talking to Debbie. That's kind of our friends call when they talk to us, and our friends say, "Oh God, you are having an intermission again," because we forget what we're talking about. And then talk to a loved one, right? Talk to a loved one. That can change your emotion very quickly, change your feelings very quickly. All right. And gratitude. I'm going to say gratitude, 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 gratitude. If you do nothing else today, live in gratitude. You've all got something to be grateful for. Play with pets. Your pets can make you change your energy, can't they? Depending on what my pet is doing, it can change my feeling very quick. Gratitude. That is the theme through this prosperity class, right? There are so many things that, it's other courses we take our big class and we plan and, in the bottom line, it all goes is gratitude. Why do we have a big why? When we get the big why, are we grateful for it? Or do we just move to the next big why? Bask in gratitude. Bask in gratitude. Yep, it's important. So, I've already told you that I do 10 things I'm grateful for before I get out of bed and before I get in bed. Okay, let's just one person, let's go around and get 10. And one, just shout them out. One thing you're grateful for. Animals. Children. Friends.
My dogs.
Dog.
My
Health. Trails.
Food.
Yeah. Got 7, 3 more. Come on, guys.
Chicken.
Chickens, all right.
Artists.
Summertime. Awesome, see? It's pretty easy, huh? 10 things. Yeah. This is in your home on, I don't call it homework. When I teach my classes, I call it action work. Because you can take all these classes on prosperity and never do anything, and you will not get anything. You got to have some action work. So this is what I talk about action work in online. One thing about me, different each day or week, that you are grateful. Okay? This can be a little of a challenge for some people. Because some people, the language in their head is more negative, especially about body image. So just think about, and if you're having, start off with the same thing the whole week. And then move it as you get more comfortable. You can move every day to different things, right? Now, it can be just anything at all that you're grateful about yourself. Okay, anything. I am grateful for my smile. Now, I have a crooked, funny smile that when I look at it, it makes me laugh. So I'm grateful. That's something about me. So it may be something physically that you're grateful for. It may be something that you do. You might be grateful that you are a great cook, or you may be grateful that you really enjoy eating. So something about yourself that is positive and you're grateful. That sets you up for success. Here's something to do with gratitude. When you're having conflict, one of the reasons I want to do this is we have conflict, or we have conflict in the transactions. Usually the conflict that shows up will be about communication. 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. It's communication. So before you spout out with your mouth, I say restrain of pen and tongue. Now take some time to write a letter that you're not going to send about what's bothering you. It's that I feel the cause, blah, blah, blah. And then after that's all out of there, read it out loud. And then come up with one thing that you're grateful about that conflict or that person that you had a conflict with. And see what happens. Has anybody ever done that before? It is amazing. It's amazing. Now, and when we talk about law of attraction, sometimes if we're attracting certain situations and we do this, those situations will go away because now we're in the attitude of gratitude. So they have to go elsewhere. Appreciation, we talked about the importance of the difference between appreciation and gratitude. And then the other key is to give back. Give back. Now let me tell you about giving back. If you give your time, this is the way law of attraction works. If you give your time, you're going to get more time. Okay? You give your furniture, somebody's going to offer you some more furniture. It just happens. This is the way this happens. All right? So if you give money, expect more money. Right? It is okay when you give back, expect something. That is the law of attraction because you are going to get it. So just sort of have fun with what you give. This journal talks about giving back, and it has all these different things that you can give. I just love this. Give a compliment. Practice a random act of kindness. Give somebody a hug. And this is what we're talking about, giving back. Right? Tell people that you love them. Talk positive about yourself. Use an affirmation. The first person that you got to give to is yourself. Give some niceties to yourself. Right? So that is what our 4 weeks online class is about. That's the overview. That's the secret. This is it. If you can understand, this is the basic law of attraction. What we think creates what we feel, and what we feel creates what we attract. Okay, we are in charge of our own destiny. So if you can wrap that around and you get feeling good about that concept, then you can get all those other things that we talk about in exercise. There's so many other things in the prosperity classes that you can do and fun. And it becomes almost like magic. It really does. It's so cool. So this is just your base. I hope that you all will sign online and take it. And if you don't want to participate with the rest of us, you don't have to. You can just go through it and do it yourself. But if you want to participate, we're going to do it on Wednesdays at noon. And just enjoy And so that's it. Thanks for being here.
In person and online?
No, we're just gonna do it online, so we can get everybody at different times. Yeah, that's a good question. Any other questions?
So there's a date that you're not.
Yeah, the date that I'm not here is, it's the third week of August. I think it's like the 24th. So we're doing the first 2 of August, first 3 of August. I don't know. Well, I haven't had my calendar ready.
Can you go look at it?
Yeah, let me look at your calendar. Thanks. We have, it's the 23rd that I'm gone, and then we'll do it the following Wednesday. Yep. Any other questions? All right, so let me see if I can pull this up, because I don't know if I can pull it up or not. But I wanted to show you how it works. I tell you what, I can't because that's not my computer. Like me on Facebook if you haven't already, if you're not on it, Mary Love. And I will post my, it's a video that we did about moving to Olivet and how we had the vision and how we had to do these steps to go through. So I'll post that so you can see how that all works. Okay. Thank you for spending your time, and you can get to know each other before you leave. Okay?
Thank you.